Well, it's sunny, so it's already 11 o'clock, so a very late start. I was up too late. I was up till about 1 a.m. finally. Well, it's too late. So disappointing. So I'll get 2 hours fishing this morning, or lunchtime, and then 4 hours tonight. And then tomorrow it's going to rain all day. It doesn't look like I'll do any fishing. It's going to pour. So I don't want to get sopping wet. So that's 2 days lost out of 8. That's not so good. But I've got, after today, I've got Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday I can fish. I've still got 5 full days, not including Saturday, so then that's 4 days. So anyway, well, something seems to be up with the exposure on this camera for some reason. Anyway, so this is day 5, Friday the 8th. I'm leaving on the 14th, so I'm leaving in 6 days. It sucks. Could have been here 2 weeks. Really, should have maybe stayed 2 weeks. Bit expensive, 700 kroners a night. Another 2,800 kroners. It's more than my bank account could handle. I could probably still stay. I'll just have to rebook my train ticket. I could probably stay another 2 days. Anyway, no, I can't because my auntie is leaving. So I have to be back in Oslo on the 14th. So, anyway. Otherwise I'm staying in a hotel. So, yeah, that's that. But nice weather. Just have to get myself all packed up. I'll be out of here at about 11:30. Well, the weather's fine. So now I'm fishing there today on skate skis, summer skis. It's a nice bike path. It makes perfect. You wouldn't want to walk along this road. I mean, it's dangerous. So, anyway, not a bad view. Some serious mountains. Wow, nice weather. That ends tomorrow. So, I'll get 6 hours fishing in today. That's enough. This evening, 4 hours, 2 hours now. It's now 11:45. I have to stop fishing at 2. Anyway. So pack away the camera and take a little pee, and then the usual spot. The Swede reckon right here is not so great, but if you wade out and cast into the middle, that's the go. I'm going to start off with a black and gold fly and then switch to a lighter colored fly. I probably have to extend my leader a bit. It's getting a bit thick, maybe scaring off the fish. I don't think I'll catch anything, but who knows with my luck. But just snap some photos. Not a bad spot. Well, switching flies, no bites first half hour. About 40 casts. So as you can see, if it'll focus, I'm not sure. It's white with the green flash and some sparkly bits. Maybe that'll do the trick. I mean, it's sunny. Very clear river and bright, so I mean bright colors in theory, and if that doesn't work I'll go back to orange, which always seems to get me fish one way or the other. My favorite color. I don't think this is the time for black flies. That's in the evening and when it's overcast. Alright, time to put you away and then fish for another half hour and then change flies again. It's now 12:15. Anyway, so the Swede had about 50 flies in his box. Huge selection. Well, try yet another one. Third fly change. Orange. Green and white didn't work. So I'm usually lucky with orange. I don't know if that's appropriate for the middle of the day and it's sunny, but so there it is. Tube fly. Just a single hook, because if I use a treble there's no way I can catch and release, I don't think. So being nice to the fish, much less likely to catch a fish with just a single hook, but you never know. So I've got an hour left, or 50 minutes left. 50 minutes. I've been fishing for an hour and a quarter. And then I have to wait 4 hours before I come back here and do it all over again tonight. This fiskefredning is kind of a pain. And I won't have any beers this time, I don't think. Wading in beers is not a good idea. It's a strong current, deep water river. Really not a good idea to go for a swim. So I'll have to wait till I get back for a few cold months this time. Unless I call it a day, but today's maybe the last decent weather fishing day. And I got a very late start, so I feel guilty as hell if I don't fish tonight. Paying a lot of money for this, 400 kronas a day. Well, in US bucks it's not that much, 40 bucks, but 80 bucks Australian. So a few people walk their dogs here. It's a popular dog walking spot because they can park just up there somewhere. Anyway, and then I keep striking out on the salmon flies. I might switch over to trout fishing on the little trout rod. Maybe there's some trout here. I saw a tiny fingerling of trout or salmon by my feet. Tiny thing, about half an inch long. So that's the only fish, and this big splash on the first day. And the one the guy caught, that was a pretty big fish. So there's fish here, but just not for me. Anyway, that is typical. But I mean, if you're going to be fishless, well, what a view. And that mountain up there is a real monster. So, alright. 2 o'clock, so fiskefredning. Fish is not allowed to fish. So I have to wait 4 hours to head back, have lunch. Not a single bite. Nothing, didn't see, no splashes. This is really difficult. This may not be such a great spot. I may go back to first little slightly sketchy spot, bring a life vest tonight. Fish there for 2 hours and then come back here and fish the rest of the evening. Try and fish a solid 4 hours, although even 2 hours fishing is quite a lot. You get tired casting that heavy rod. Tomorrow may be a break day because it's going to absolutely pour and I don't want to get everything sopping wet. I mean, the waders will be fine, but if I get my raincoat sopping wet, it's my only raincoat, and my shirt will be wet and my everything, you know, and my jacket, can't get the jacket wet. So maybe yet another break day, 2 days break day. That's not very good when I'm paying, that's 800 kroners, 100 bucks, 120 bucks Australian, 80 bucks US, so wasted. But I don't want to get soaked, so I'll see tomorrow how I feel. It might clear up and I can do an evening fish out, who knows. Tomorrow morning, well, we'll see. Maybe the weather forecast's wrong, but it was I forecast 15-20 millimeters rain, which is downpour, so that's no good. The lady at the camping even asked me if I had enough dry clothes, if I wanted to dry my socks and my other clothes in the hot water room because it's warm in there. So I bought extra socks and all my clothes are now dry again. My shoes are more or less dry, so I think I'm okay for dry clothing. 2 pairs of pants and about 10 pairs of underwear. That was a bit crazy on the underwear. So anyway, time to pack up and head on home. Well, back, and again this is day 5 or day 4 fishing. Day 3 fishing really. Friday though. So I may have a lunch beer. Just have 2 beers over 4 hours. That's what time is it now? 2:30, 5:30. 2 beers over 3 hours. I'll be sober by the time I head out. That's okay. beer and chips and a sandwich. I've got so much beer I have to drink it up somehow. Went a little overboard. Anyway, well, I've got 6 days left, so no beers on the last night, or maybe just one. So perfect weather, no fish again. Very disappointing. But I mean, it's not raining. Tomorrow looks really bad. Tomorrow it's gonna pour. So that kind of sucks. But summer weather now. It's actually, you could wear a t-shirt. It'd be fine. Perfect weather. So I'm just wearing a synthetic shirt because it dries really quickly if I get wet. Plunging my arms into the water to release the giant salmon I'm going to catch. So anyway, perfect weather, sun. So beer and chips sounds like a plan. And then make sure I don't have a beer after 4, I think. Oh boy, just no fish. What are you gonna do? But what a view, what a mountain. Several mountains. Well, back again, same spot. Really the only spot that's safe. The stone is, the boulder over there is, you don't really want to fall in. You could go for a bath. You wouldn't drown or anything, but you'd have to swim back. And it's not so cool swimming with waders. They fill up with water, so that's not cool. Anyway, I've got half an hour to wait before I can start fishing. It's 5:30. I'm at the campsite. A German tourist and his wife reversed straight off the road onto the embankment down a 45-degree slope, and he's stuck there and needs a tow truck right in front of my cabin. Another driver stopped by and offered to, I guess Norwegian, to call for help. But he could be there a while. The tow truck has to come all the way from Molde or Ålesund, probably from Ålesund, if there isn't one here in Åndalsnes. I think there might be one here. I mean, it's a mid-sized town, but small town, there may not be one. So, terrible, terrible driving. We're straight off the road. Anyway. What are you gonna do? So I can pack the camera away. It's not safe to leave it out. I mean, we are getting some dog walkers here. Anyway, it's a bit, as you can see, it's a little grey and overcast now, not nearly as nice as it was earlier today. And we're supposed to get a bit of rain. Anyway. Just chill for a bit. Well, no bites on orange, so first half hour and about 60 casts later, time to change it up to this blue, black and white and sparkly thing. Apparently they like blue and green here. I don't know. Just something I looked up on the net while I was waiting. So, I wonder if the German is still stuck there. Could be there all night. It's dangerous. It's a real traffic changer. He's on the edge of the road, halfway off and halfway on. So we'll see when I get back if he's still there. Anyway, so 5-minute break. It's quite exhausting casting this huge rod, and then give it another half hour and then switch to a more or less pure black fly, I think. Well, no luck. It's now 7:30. Been fishing for an hour and a quarter about. Had a 15-minute break, or an hour. I've got until 10, so it's another 2.5 hours. This is not happening here, so I'm going to head down to the first spot, which I found on the first day at the end of this beat. Which you have to wade much deeper, and there's a bit of a current, so I should really have a life vest, but I think if I'm careful, I was fine the first day. I'll be fine, just no beers. Wait till I get back to the cabin before I have a few beers. I've got to use today while it's not raining. Tonight, get my 6 hours fishing in. I paid for it. So that's a bit of a hike, but it's not that bad. It's about 500 meters. Anyway, it's down by the white hay balls, Hurunbollir, and then through the woods, and it's just there. Well, it's up to my thighs, my knees really, above my knees maybe. Not too bad. Not nearly as bad as I remembered it. So, no beers though. So that's too sketchy waiting here with beer, because there's quite a strong current there. So I don't want to go for a swim. Looks nice. Anyway, we'll give it a shot. And this may be the best spot actually. I'm not sure the other spot is so good, it's just so easy to wade. But this looks good too. Anyway, we'll give it a whirl, shall we? There's a bit of a current, so I have to be careful. Well, this is the nicest spot, I think. Bit of a current, and I'm up to above my knees, about lower thigh. Of course, I'm not very tall, but it's doable. Definitely no beers though, which is a shame. I'll fish until 9, and then just chill with beer without fishing. Anyway, so time to change flies. Black this time with gold tinsel. And there's this guy I was using. If it'll focus, I don't know how close the focus goes. Not quite. There we go. Anyway, so, and then maybe I'll put on a totally black fly, a muddler minnow or something, a homemade one, since it's getting darker. I'm not sure. Or a black and purple thing. Alright, so even though it's not sunny, the view is still amazing. This has got the best view of all the fishing spots. They've got it really well set up on that side, my god. That's all private, Fiva House. Fiva House, actually. Norwegian too. So, I was casting about halfway across. I can't really cast further, but I was getting some good casts in. I think that's my limit. So it really would be better to cast the whole way across, but I can't quite manage that just yet. So, anyway, put you away. Well, this fly didn't do the trick. It'll focus. Maybe it's too shiny. So I'm going all black now. A traditional salmon fly. I could try one of my homemade ones. It's kind of rusty red and green. I don't know. I'm going to try all black. And that means a double hook, which is going to be a nightmare to release the fish again. May have to keep it. We'll see. But I don't have any all black in the tube flies, so anyway. Alright, I have to put you away, and there's getting raindrops. This camera isn't weather sealed, or it's kind of weatherproof but not weather sealed. Changed my mind. I'm tying one of my own homemade, it looks like, because it's so ugly. Black and white goat's ears or something. Maybe not goat, I forget what they are. And some crystal flash, simple. Try that first, then I'll go over to a traditional salmon fly, all black. It's 9 o'clock, so I think I'm going to call it a night. I could fish until 10, but it's drizzling, raining pretty steadily. I'll get soaked, and then there's no way to dry my clothing. This jacket is holding up so well so far, but it's not that waterproof. It's quite old. It's an old 15-year-old jacket, so it's not. DWR is worn off. It's definitely not Gore-Tex, not for 800 kroners. So I'm gonna have a cold beer first, haha, and then mosey on home. That means definitely no more fishing though after a beer. So beer's out. It's still cold. As you can see from the water, it's coming down pretty reasonably solidly. Well, I have company, so much for peace and quiet. That's really a shame. Hopefully they'll leave tomorrow. We can hope, and they're not going to be here all weekend. The whole caravan of Eastern Europeans, like from Lithuania or something. Anyway, and then crowded here too. They're all taken. So I had the whole place to myself. It's still Friday, end of day 5, day 3 fishing. No fish. Not sure I can sit out here on my balcony and right in front of all these people tomorrow all day, so I might head out even if it's raining. Good grief. I just get wet. So we'll see. Anyway. That sucks.